Right, so this is the next scale up, another of our meadows, which is a kind of open orchard, about the size of 2 tennis courts. So we're still end of February, same time scale as the first one. Already present were, apart from some wood pigeons that I've just startled, some cyclamen and some snowdrop, which aren't natives, but just in no particular order, we planted a significant number of plugs under here of red campion, and it's naturalised. This is about 5 years old, this meadow. All of that is red campion, which will be flowering next time I come back, with little individuals all over the place. I can see some wild tulip there that we put in a few years ago, just starting to come up. Hopefully catch that flowering next time. I'm not sure we'll see an awful lot else at this stage. There is some Jacob's ladder in here, the native polemonium, but it's a little bit early. So we'll just go with what we can see. So what you've got is rough cut lawn from the winter with paths mown into it and trees, but plenty of sun. So it's facing south. Well, it's open from all sides really. So that is a kind of woodland edge. Just seeing if there's anything else before I leave. Because there was bellflower and meadowsweet in here, but again, probably a bit early. Yeah, I won't labour the point. Look for that in later videos. Right, what can we see here? Rabbits absolutely ravage this area, and that doesn't matter. It can be a problem during establishment, but once established, a bit of grazing is really good for the meadow. So that's a knapweed coming back to life after this resting. Next to it is a fox and cubs, orange hawkweed. That's a field scabious. More knapweed. That's white campion, which can grow in woodland edge or in the open. So there's plenty of yarrow in here, but I can't see it yet. Sometimes yarrow takes a while to push back. Oh no, there's some distinctive ferny leaf of the yarrow. So at this time of year, all you're looking for are little rosettes of the plants just starting to come back to life from the perennial root. There's field scabious. Obviously it takes years to get this good at identifying stuff, but you can get some really good free or very cheap identification apps that you can just scan on your phone. But what I always recommend is take 2 or 3 goes at it, see if it changes its mind and settles on something, because sometimes it can get it wrong. I see a rabbit been digging there, look. That is common sorrel, which is the food plant of the small copper butterfly. Well, I'll just pick up the pace a little bit now. So other stuff that I'm looking for in here, mallow. That's spread quite nicely in the meadow and will just start coming back at this time of year. That's a knapweed. Lovely little woodland edge bit there, look. And at the back here, this is all red campion. Little clumps of red campion. It seeds prolifically at its feet, but it can take a couple of years to get established. Do not give up too soon. We often do 5 successive years of plugging to properly get populations to establish and self-sustain. This is white campion. Loads of red campion in the shade. So all this will start to come alive in due course. We've probably over the course of 5 years put 200 to 300 plugs in. We've also sown yellow rattle, which I'm going to do a separate video on in due course. Yeah, ladies' bed straw. It's amazing how you can walk past the same area 2 or 3 times till you see things. So that's, people often mistake it for couch grass, sticky grass. Not couch grass, sticky grass. But it isn't sticky. There's a giveaway. So I think last year, there's a mallow. Last year we counted 24 natives in this patch. We also left, as is the recommendation these days, we left about 2 to 3% of the meadow uncut. And the reason you do that is some of our butterflies, in particular the skipper family, lay their eggs, and the caterpillars or the pupa hibernate over winter in uncut grass. So if you cut the grass, they've got nowhere to hang out. So we've done a patch there, some patches around there, another one there, and we just leave. Likewise, we've left this is knapweed that we've not cut down, because in the seed pods you often find ladybirds and other, I won't disturb them, but other nesting insects. So don't be too tidy. Right, let's have a look and do a quick tour of our mid-sized meadow. Now we're into the middle of May. I'm going to do you a walk round and I'm going to try and pick out the species. We counted 24 native wildflowers last count, and I'll also show how the yellow rattle's getting on. So, red campion, looking beautiful in the shade. This is a speedwell, Jamanda speedwell. This is nettle leaf bellflower. There's another one. And another. So these are real shade lovers. Got the cowslips. What else can we see? There was some Jacob's ladder in here, but it's not showing itself at the moment. Ah, that's hedge cranesbill. Just coming through there. What else have we got in the shady area? Meadowsweet, just coming through. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is the yellow rattle. Just look at this. It's actually flowering over there. We'll catch up with that in a minute. So that's 6 varieties. That's a purple vetch, 7. That's meadow buttercup, 8. Musk mallow, 9. Field scabious, 10. Knapweed, 11. Oh, there's the yellow rattle flowering. Let's just carefully step out. That's yellow rattle. First flowers. It's a couple of weeks earlier than normal, and here is field scabious establishing itself where the grass has been retarded. And you see how the scabious is all spread where the yellow rattle is. This is fox and cubs. What's that? I think we're up to 12. God, the yellow rattle really has done well this year on this site, and yet it's hardly worked at all on one of my others. Beautiful red campion. Misbehaving in full sun. It's not supposed to grow here. But they've never followed the rules. These wildflowers. It's moving round. This is all meadow cranesbill. That's meadow cranesbill. Way more yellow rattles. That's 13 if we include the cranesbill. Forget me not. 14. Ah, in flower, hedge cranesbill. Isn't that beautiful? Sitting in the shade, heavy shade underneath this tree. Campion, beautifully established. There's a meadow buttercup. Oh, and look what I've spotted. Cuckoo flower, lady's smock. So that's a new one for the meadow this year. That's 14, is it? 14. Meadow buttercup. I think we already counted that, didn't we? Ah, 15. Trefoil, bird's foot trefoil. Which has actually struggled to establish in this meadow for unfathomable reasons, because it should love it. This is all the yellow rattle. That's an oxeye daisy. 16. Betony. 17. There's another betony. More mallow, we've already counted that. More daisy, we've already counted that. Yeah, ragged robin. I remember putting that one in as a plug. It's obviously spread. Just hanging on, a little bit too dry for it this spring so far. Mallow, field scabious about to flower. This is lady's bedstraw. And behind it is a white campion. So I think that's 16. My counting's all over the place, but yarrow and its ferny leaf is 17. More ragged robin. Look at that, how beautiful. See how they're all really happy in the grass. Lady's bedstraw, but it's taken 5 years to get them to properly establish like this. See the red campion hugging the shade under that tree. Real shade lovers. A lot of the wildflowers that are called red when they were named by our ancestors are in fact pink. But who are we to argue? That's a creeping buttercup, cousin of the posher meadow buttercup. Look at this beautiful red campion. Such a delight. Another really well established population of yellow rattle on this side, taking the grass on. So I think we're around the 17 mark. That's ragwort. Don't want too much of that. That's 18. We don't want too much of that, but it is the food plant of the cinnabar moth, the black and red moth, and its black and yellow hairy caterpillars. So I don't want to discourage it totally. So I reckon 17, 18 today. We did count 24 previously. That's a ribwort plantain, which is a wildflower. It's 19. That there is a white campion. So it's looking very beautiful.